What do you know about plant protection products?
Well,
Welcome to the University of Hohenheim Open Day 2023. We are here in Stuttgart, surrounded by the beauty of Hohenheim Castle. Let's take a look at chemical plant protection products. What they are, what purpose they serve, what are their negative impacts, and more importantly, we want to know how the future of sustainable crop farming should be. But first, let's find out what plant protection products are. What do you know about plant protection products?
To be honest, not too much.
well,
Oh, I just remember Monsanto.
Biological food doesn't have those protections. It's all natural.
I'm Anna. I'm an agricultural scientist.
I'm Kwamboka. I'm a PhD candidate at Uni Hohenheim.
Oh yeah, okay, so herbicides and fungicides and such.
Pesticides, they are used to keep pests away and diseases from the plants.
So plant protection products are meant to protect the plant from diseases, from pests and diseases. So to produce crops and food, we need plant protection products.
What are the advantages of using plant protection products?
Get the best yield because the crops are not destroyed by the pests.
The good parts are, of course, that your plant is protected and it's economically incredibly viable to do so. Farmers just know how to use it and the application is not very difficult.
What are the downsides then?
Chemical pesticides, they have residues that are passed on to the human beings during consumption, and that can cause diseases later on.
I know also that some can be more problematic, like copper, for example, in viticulture can be just pretty terrible because the copper goes into the ground and in the groundwater as well.
If, for example, I use an insecticide to protect my plant to be eaten from insects, this can also kill insects which are not harmful to my plant. So I can have an impact on the environment that is not wanted. Yeah, what can be solutions? One is to strengthen the plant. You can make sure that your plant is resistant so that it is not attacked by pests and diseases. You can also see that they are well nourished, for example, so that they are well fertilized and have all the nutrients that they need. And if you have, for example, weeds, the herbs that are competing with our crop for nutrients and water, instead of spraying them with herbicides, you can also weed mechanically. So you have, for example, a harrow that you use to weed them mechanically. And here NOPS comes in very strongly.
NOPS is aiming to revolutionize the world of farming, following biological principles using state-of-the-art cross-linked technologies while abandoning chemical synthetic plant protection products. At the same time, the use of mineral fertilizers ensures soil fertility and high biomass yields. This approach represents a complete reorientation in agricultural production and might be an alternative between conventional and organic farming.
I'm not sure if the prices of food will rise. On the one side, it's good for the environment, but on the other side, we have a lot of people to feed. So I'm not sure how it works in reality.
Before we go any further, if you'd like to help us in raising awareness about sustainable food production and consumption, click the like and subscribe button now and share this video with your friends.
If you imagine in future, there is a label called NOPS and you can purchase NOPS food. What do you think about that, having label for NOPS produced food?
think I would buy it because I know it now, but I see the problem that there are trillions of labels now. Nobody essentially knows what those labels actually mean.
Right now we have a consumer awareness where people are willing to pay more to get better quality food. So I think with the momentum going, eventually the prices will go down. Right now it would be more expensive.
But I think that the normal consumer wouldn't pay more than at most 10% more.
I would say as a consumer 20 to 30%.
Up to 50% more could be suitable.
I would actually go 50% higher.
And of course, one also has to acknowledge that not everybody at consumer side can afford the higher cost product.
I'm currently still a student and have a student job. I think I could afford maybe 20% more.
I think there's also another task that means, again, policies deducting taxes from those products that are more environmental benign to also help the consumer to not only be willing but also be able to afford the better products.
And there you have it. Agriculture 4.0 is on the horizon, and with projects like NOPS, we can embrace sustainable farming practices while abandoning chemical synthetic plant protection products. And remember, it's in our hands to shape a greener future.